Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I finally found my truck. It's a beast. It's absolutely huge. It's so fun to drive. And yes, it is right behind me. So this is this is a 2004 Ford F350. So this has the turbo diesel. It does have the 6.0 power stroke that some say to stay away from. However, I got it at the right mileage where everything that should have been taken care of to make this reliable has already been done, and I'll go over that with you in great detail in case you're not familiar with diesels. So this is the Lariat, so it was kind of loaded for its day as well. Not bad shape. There is a lot of work to be done before I start pulling. In a couple days, we're going to pick up my new trailer to haul cars with. So I'll take you along. We'll make a video there as well. But there are some things I want to change out. All the fluids, I just brought it home. And the first thing I want to do, get all of the fluids, diff, trans, engine, the D-box, everything. I want to get the coolant and oils changed and get them fresh, just to start. Then we'll go over to everything, check the brakes, check brake lines, check hoses. Right now I'm messing around the inside, just getting my carpurite hooked up, so I have a mode of not only music, but a way to get my map up onto a bigger screen when I'm trying to find places. And then on the other side here, right above the dash, I want to get a unit in here to keep track of temperatures and pressures and speeds and you name it. You want to keep an eye on the running gear while you're pulling to make sure there's no overheating or any problems that can occur. I'll go over that as well. I'll go over that install, but right now let's just take a quick overview of the Ford F350. So this has a little bit of a lift to it, and it's sitting on 305 70R18s. And these wheels are, I believe, aftermarket. And these tires are going to go, by the way. This is such a horrible ride with these knobby tires, which are wearing a little crooked. I am going to get an alignment with it, but I'm going to get tires that are the same size that will still fill out the fender wells, but have a nicer ride to them and more for highway use. I don't want to be hearing humming over my radio system, but everything is in good shape. The frame is decent. I will be using the Eastman rust encapsulator and protect everything underneath here. Just slight scaling, but nothing really crazy like some of the vehicles I've picked up from auction. The paint is in good shape. If this is really dirty, we'll wash it up and I'll show it to you cleaned. It looks so much better, but the paint does need to be polished. There are some issues with swirling, oxidation, dullness. We will be taking these flares off and repainting them now that we have the paint booth, and we can make painting vehicles in here so much easier and safer. But this will look fantastic when I'm done with it. This is the outside. Really not much when it comes to battle scars. Some chips, some light abrasions, paint chips. We'll replace the emblem. We'll redo the headlights. Dirty. The trim is coming off, so we'll just keep it off. We'll remove the residue and polish. Again, here's another flare that needs to be repainted. Got the tow package on there. It has a bed liner. Then when we come to the interior, really dirty. Let me open up the other side and get some more light in here. It's getting dark this evening. It's getting late. We've been working on this pretty much all day, but yeah, the Lariat has a little bit of trim. Leather seats, 16 quarts. So it's like $180 to change the oil. These flip up, I believe. And you have storage under here that flips out, and you have some storage. I would probably get rid of these so I have room to take the shop manager with, and she has more room back here. It's what I do with all the pickups. I just get rid of this and pull it out, and then when I sell it, I put it back in. So I put it in storage so it's nice and safe. That is annoying, and I can't stop it. Even pulling the key doesn't do anything. But we'll quick over this, and I'll shut this door. But yeah, it has heated seats, power seats. The leather, I'm going to show you how to repair this and fill this in. This gap here can be filled and made to look so much better. I just have to get some of the Lariat gray interior dye. We have, let me shut this door. That drives me nuts. So we have the trailer brake, we have auxiliaries, CD player, but I'm going to mount the Carpure Ride again so I can see my maps a little bit better. But it has everything you need. Buttons on the steering wheel, plenty of room. Sunroof opens up, tilts up, and tinted windows all the way around. Even the windshield is tinted. I don't know how I feel about that. When I go to get it inspected, it's going to get torn up, so it's going to have to be taken off anyway. A little bit of scaliness on the frame. We're going to wire brush that, hit it with the Eastman. Tow hitch, nice and strong. We'll hit everything with the encapsulator and sort of preserve. We have a little bit of scaling right there. Wire brush that and encapsulate it and try and preserve it the best we can. As for the leaks, we will have to replace the seal. I want to do the U-joints anyways. Not crazy wet, just, you know, for the mileage, not crazy 200, 300, 400,000 miles, but with 180,000 miles, there are going to be some leaks to be expected and to be taken care of, and that includes the exhaust system. Under the hood of this big-ass thing is the turbo diesel V8 6.0 liter power stroke or power choke, as it does have a bad name. And you know what? That's for good reason. But there are some small things that you could do to make this engine durable and a fun tool to use and enjoy. I'll point them out right now. So right now, somebody put a K&N filter, so I have the filter off. I'm cleaning it. You can clean the filter. It does have two newer diehards. You want to keep your electrical system charged. That's very important when it comes to the glow plugs. But really, the radiator was changed out recently. I do want to replace these plastic tubes. And let's talk about some of the problems and issues that the 6.0 has that gives it a bad name. One thing that these the 6.0s are known for is head gasket failure. And that could be, you know, a couple reasons, the EGR, turbo, but the main reason is it's only a 10-bolt system that holds the head on. And if there's a failure to clamp that head on, and with pressure, the bolts stretch or give way a little bit, which they're known to do, the head gasket is going to blow out. And once you have the head gasket out, you want to get the heads machined. And then when you put them back on, you don't want to put the bolts back on, the stock bolts. You want to stud it. So a stud is exactly what it is, a stud that's threaded and a nut goes on there. And that is a better way to clamp that head down onto the gasket. Besides the telltale signs of head gasket, you can tell through your exhaust, it's going through water. But out of your degas bottle here, the pressure will mount up to a point where it may crack the bottle, force it out of the cap, or force it out of the bottle altogether. This is fine here. It's right here is the line. That's about where you want it. It's a little bit low. Another way you could tell, start it up, get it up to operating temperature, shut it down, and then squeeze your top radiator hose. This is still warm because when I brought it in, it wasn't too long ago, and it's pliable. If this was rock hard, that means gases in the engine build up pressure in your water system, and that is from a blown head gasket. Yet another thing that can give you problems on this, water pump. Plastic fins inside the water pump. I don't know why they engineered it that way, but you know, replacing it with something that's proper and more durable and up to date. Also, FICM can give the injectors problems. Injectors are also a problem in this motor, for this motor. At 180,000 miles, all this stuff was already taken care of. It's been studied. The term is way off. It's called bulletproof, where a lot of these things were taken care of. And I really have just some minor things to do, cleaning the air cleaner, maybe replacing the sensor here, getting all the fluids changed out and getting fresh fluids in. The batteries are fine. The charging system is perfectly fine. You know, the radiator, the water pump, all this other stuff has been taken care of. Maybe I'll check the charging system of the alternator. And we'll go from there. Transmission. This is a very long, huge transmission. The transmission in these has a very good name. You can even beef up the motor and the transmission will take it to a certain point. So we're going to drop the pan, see if there's a gasket, replace that or clean that and get some fresh fluid in there. The rears, the pumpkins, and then the transfer case, everything is going to be serviced and have fresh, thick, clean fluids with filters wherever it's needed. By the way, the VGT turbos on here, on their own, they're a great turbo. But it's everything else, the system that works with it, the EGR and everything, all that has to be taken care of around your turbo to keep your turbo healthy. So keep that in mind as well when it comes to the power strokes. Oil coolers also, something to keep an eye on. They're going to keep the delta or your ebb and flow between your temperature of the water and your temperature of the oil, which is very important. You want to have them within like 7, 8 degrees. So that's something else to keep an eye on and maintain. So yeah, overheating, you want to avoid with everything, everything mechanical, trucks, cars, but especially with something like this and especially if you're towing. Your injectors, you need to keep them clean with high quality oil, not the cheap stuff. And well, when you talk about hauling and possibility of overheating, this is what we're going to be hauling here. So 7,000 pound, light duty, wood floor, 16 length. And there are your details. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I have a lot of work to do here. I got to get it ready, take it over for tires, take it down, pick up the trailer. We have to do a lot of work on the trailer. I do want to get some accessories on the trailer. I want to get a hitch on the trailer. I want to make sure I have the right ramps, tie downs, straps, all of that stuff, and we'll take care of that in another video. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.